Ladies and gentlemen, what's up and what's going down? How y'all doing today? It's Dizzy1 here, bringing you a new series to the channel. It's going to be a My League with 6 expansion teams, and I didn't create these teams, but I did add some revisions and tweaks to the jerseys and the stadiums because I wanted to make them feel more professional, more unique, and different from each other, basically. So, with that being said, we are picking a random team, and it's going to be the New Jersey Knights. The Nets have gone and moved off to Brooklyn, but the Knights are coming to town, and let's see what we can do with this squad. Also, I did turn on draft order because I didn't want to end up with a low pick, and it turns out we will end up with a 35th pick if we didn't have the draft order on. So we are going to go ahead and move ourselves to number 1 overall just because there are 36 teams, and I want to have a superstar player that people will just, like, if they see the thumbnail and they see the player, they'll click on it just because of the player. So we're going to go ahead and get LeBron James, basically, because who better to lead the Knights than the king, LeBron James? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's select LeBron. One thing I do want to mention, guys, the Chicago series with Michael Jordan and the Bulls, that one is gone. It's gone. I tried getting the files back, but I lost all of them. The only files that I was able to retain and recover were basically the Pokemon files, and I'll leave something in the comment section down below explaining a little bit further what happened, but I don't want to dwell on it. But I am going to pick James Harden. He has a face that only a mother could love. Look at that face. Oh, that is nasty. Nasty, nasty face. Bad defense, but we're still going to pick this man just because of his offense and his playmaking ability. Now we have a score-first type of player who can pass the ball extremely well and get others involved, James Harden. And we also have LeBron James, a pass-first type of player who can score at will anywhere on the court. But basically, I'm also just going down slowly, letting you guys see which players are still on the board. I know you can hold down the triangle button, but I want you guys to be able to see which players and maybe have some contrasting views as opposed to me on which players I should have gotten. I know there's going to be differing opinions, but at the end of the day, it's my team, and I'm not just picking players based on skill alone. I'm picking players on recognition. I'm picking players based on YouTube, I don't know. I want to say, like, they can bring an audience in, and players that are fun to watch, not necessarily the best player, but players that can bring in an audience that people can recognize and have fun with. We went ahead and got Amari Stoudemire right there. There were 2 other power forwards, Cunningham, and I forgot the other, but there were 2 better power forwards, I guess you could say, but went ahead and got Stoudemire just because of his ability to shoot, post up, and he has the lob ability. We can throw him the ball if we need to, and he can throw it down. We are not getting Ben Wallace in this one. I want to get him, but I don't want to repeat players as much as possible. We have another series that we are starting at the same time with creative players, and Ben Wallace is on that team, so we went ahead and we got Sigma. And he's actually pretty decent. He's really good. He's a high-rated player, but he is really good. And I decided to get him just because of his defensive and rebounding ability, but also the ability to score, which is kind of crazy. And I think we're going to go ahead and get Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, Panda Man. We're going to go ahead and get this guy just because of the ability of his defense is crazy. He can guard inside as well. And we're going to move LeBron James down to the point guard position, and that's going to create mismatches. He's basically going to be the Magic Johnson of our team. I guess you could just say he's the LeBron James of our team. But Ron Artest locking down that small forward position, being able to guard shooting guard and power forward if need be as well. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go with, I don't know. Man, this is crazy. I want to be able to get some classic players as well, but I also, this is difficult. I'm going to go with Bill Laimbeer. He's a center with a 3-point ability, and I think that's going to come in handy. Maybe we'll move him to power forward depending on what happens, but we'll see what happens. And this draft is kind of tricky because there's not 30 teams, there's 36, and the player pool is getting dwindled down rather quickly. And oh my goodness, I should have got Joel Embiid. Brook Lopez right now is a little bit more complete, but I think I should have gone with Joel. I'm going to try to trade for him just because of his personality, and he's really outspoken right now in the NBA in what he does, especially on Twitter. So this is what I mean. Like, he brings in an audience based on who he is. compared to Brook Lopez, who people don't really talk about him, even though he's really good. It's kind of like, you know, just a trade-off in personality, and he'll bring in some views just because he's Joel Embiid. We went ahead and got Kemba Walker. Nothing too crazy about that pick. I think it was an okay pick. Kemba's three-point ability in 2K is extremely high. He's not that good of a shooter in real life. He's more of a drive type of person, but he has improved his three-point game, and I don't know who to go for right now. I really don't. Doug Christie's right there, but I think we need to go with a small forward, maybe? I don't know, man. It's kind of difficult, but I think we got to go with Harrison Barnes. He's not extremely good at one thing, but he does do a couple things goodly. I'm going to go with Harrison Barnes. Get one of the former Warrior champions on the team. Let's go ahead and do that. Why not? Bite the bullet. And Lou Williams is on the board. I don't know. I want to get Lou. I want to get Trevor. I want to get everybody. But maybe I go with Zach LaVine? Maybe I just go with Zach LaVine. Robert Covington's on here, and he's a big guy. He can play the shooting guard position, but I'm going to go with Zach LaVine just because he has that mid-range game, and I don't know. He can dunk the ball. He's a dunk champion, man. He's pretty good at that. So we'll go with him, and we'll see whoever else is available. But I don't know, man. I feel like I messed up with Zach LaVine. We'll see. Let's see. Let's go. Lou Williams is still on the board. This is how our roster's shaping up. I think we got to go and get Lou Williams just because maybe we can add him to the backups and slot him in there with a bench unit if Zach LaVine doesn't work out, or maybe we could even trade the both of them and try to get someone a little bit better, more complete, because they are both good players and they have upside ability just because of who they are, and they can score the ball, so teams are going to want them. But we'll see what happens, and we'll see what we can do. Now, we're just going on and getting some of the last few players that aren't necessarily important, so I'm not going to really talk about them. But what I want this team to do is basically rely upon LeBron James and James Harden. Those are the two players that are going to be key for our squad. I want to make a rotation that basically has one of them on the court at all times, but I'll have to go and do that incrementally and see what works out best, because I think that's how our team is basically going to dominate. We're going to have somebody who can make plays and who can also score at the same time. And then our third option is going to be Amari Stoudemire. And Stoudemire is that player that if you need someone down in the post, we're going to be able to do that. And he's going to be that guy for us, and hopefully it works out well. But with that being said, let's go ahead and continue on down the road. We are going to be trading for Joel Embiid, which means we're going to be moving Bill Laimbeer to that backup power forward position. And Joel Embiid is going to be our backup center. Let's see how we do with that. And with that being said, guys, that's pretty much the team. That's all the changes that we made. And hopefully, you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think about the drafts and about the teams that are being shown right now. Which teams do you think will be in the finals? That's pretty much crazy, but just judging off of this. But with that being said, I'm going to be showing off all the teams. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Adios.